Well, as we started today, we're going to be in Romans chapter 12. We're going to go there and find that. But of course, Chris reminded me today, this has been 1 year since Northeastern started attending with us. We didn't vote on it until Easter to make a merger official. But it was a year ago this week, y'all started coming in and saying, hey, what's Northeastern all about? And hopefully it's been a good walk for you. It's been a great experience for us. I think that together we've become something greater than what we were at first. The last 3 weeks, we've known that we're on a mission from God. God chose us, God chose the mission, and God sent us to share the good news. We are on a mission from God. Well, in the rest of Romans chapter 10, where we left off, and all of Romans 11, Paul explains that the Israelites were saved by accepting the good news. Even though they were God's chosen people, the descendants of Abraham, they are saved by accepting the good news, proclaiming that Jesus is Lord. But they're not saved just because they were God's chosen people. Israel had their chance. They were given the prophets to warn them. They heard the message. They were given the Messiah. But only a remnant of Israel accepted Jesus. And because of Israel's transgression, salvation has come to the Gentiles in order to make Israel envious of the Gentiles. But the Gentile believers should not think that they're somehow better than the Israelites. You and I can't say we're better than Israel because they rejected him and we haven't. Paul compares Israel to the branches and the Gentiles to wild olive shoots that are grafted into the vine. And Israel, the branches that were cut off from the vine. And he says, you Gentiles should not think that you're better than them. And because those branches can always be grafted back into the vine just like you were. Gentiles were allowed in because of God's kindness, not because they deserved it. And Israel can be allowed back in because of God's kindness as well, the same way. So don't think that you somehow deserve to be saved because you come to church and they deny Jesus. Or don't think that you somehow earned your salvation. It was God's gift to you. Don't think that you're better than those who are not saved. They have as much right to be saved as you do, and they can be saved when they hear the good news, when they confess with their mouth that Jesus is Lord, when they believe in their hearts that God raised him from the dead. But they won't believe unless they hear. And they won't hear unless someone tells them. And no one will tell them unless they're sent. That's where we left off last week. We are sent by God and by this church to share the good news of Jesus. That brings us to chapter 12. And we're going to muddle all the way through chapter 12. We're going to get into 2 entire verses this morning. After going all through 10 and 11 in that couple minutes, we're going to get 2 verses in. But they're powerful verses. Verses I hope you've memorized. If you haven't, this would be a good time to start. You might highlight in your Bible. They're very yellow in mine. It says, therefore I urge you, brothers and sisters, in view of God's mercy, offer your bodies as living sacrifices, holy and pleasing to God. This is your true and proper worship. Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Then you will be able to test and approve what God's will is. His good, pleasing, and perfect will. So today we're going to talk about human sacrifices. This should be fun. Any volunteers? I suppose the little word living is kind of important. We're living sacrifices. So we're not killing anybody here today. Why are we to offer our bodies as living sacrifices? I mean, a sacrifice, according to the law, was to be flawless and without blemish. I don't really picture my body as flawless. I can find a blemish or two. There's a few wrinkles, a little loss of hair, some diseases now and then, a little more tummy than necessary. My eyes don't see like they used to. My ears don't hear like they should. It's a long ways from flawless. But we got to keep in mind, Paul's not talking about offering our bodies as the sacrifice for sin to appease God's wrath. That was what the perfect, unblemished lamb had to be. But Jesus already took care of that. Jesus was the flawless, perfect Lamb of God who died for our sins. So what Paul's talking about here is not the sin offering. He's talking about the thank offering. An offering of praise for what Jesus has already done. And so in this case, it's not about how our body looks, it's about how our body behaves. Our sacrifice is a commitment. A living sacrifice is a lifestyle devoted to or committed to God. So why should we devote our lives as living sacrifices to God? Well, Paul wrote again, in view of God's mercy. Because of God's mercy to us. Because everything that God has already done through Christ for us, we offer ourselves back to Him just as a thanks. Thank you for saving me. Take me, do whatever you want with me. That's part of our act of worship. To be a living sacrifice is our act of worship. You come in here today and you sing a few songs, you're like, oh, I worship God. Well, kind of, sort of. But He wants more than that. He wants your life to be a living sacrifice, an act of worship. So that's our rationale. That's why we are grateful to God. That's why we respond in love to God. That's why we can become living sacrifices. So then Paul goes on to tell us, do not conform to the pattern of this world. John Piper wrote this where he said, we're perfectly useless as Christ-exalting Christians if all we do is conform to the world around us. Christians should not look like the rest of the world. My wife was invited this week to be on a panel for a MOPS group, just some other preschoolers, and they had questions they were asking the panel. One of the questions was, how do I help my kid become popular and still maintain his faith? And the answer, of course, was, you can't. If your goal is to be popular, you can't necessarily maintain your faith. Jesus said to be friends with the world is to be at enmity, at odds with God. They're not necessarily going to mesh. Now, if you are a Christian and if you are behaving in a very godly manner, people are going to have some level of respect for you. And so you can be accepted in some groups. But it's not to be popular with the world. I see the example of it myself. When I was in Bible college, I could be popular there because everybody there was Christian and everybody shared that value. But I also went to school at Kansas State. When I went over to Kansas State, I wasn't as popular because I didn't fit in. I would do all these study groups and they'd all be like, well, hey, let's go out and get drunk. And I'm like, I can't go. Well, hey, let's see if we can cheat on this little project we're working on. Let's do this. I can't cheat. And so I wasn't as popular there. You cannot be popular with the world and be faithful to God if that's your goal. If your goal is, I want to be cool, I want to be popular, I want to fit in, I want to do all the things that everybody else thinks are really cool, you're not going to fit in with the world and fit in with God at the same time. So Paul says, do not conform to the pattern of this world. If we hate and lie and slander and steal and lust and blaspheme like the rest of the world, then we're not worshiping Christ. At that point, we do not have a relationship with God. So don't conform to the pattern of the world. Instead, be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Now, you understand Transformers, right? Because it's a little car that pulls up and turns into a robot. Or, it's the same word where we get metamorphosis. When a plant changes, or when a caterpillar becomes a butterfly, there's a metamorphosis that takes place. It's a transformation. The transforming is not just a trading in a list of don'ts for a list of do's, or a list of do's for a list of don'ts. There's more transformation than that. Transformation is spiritual. Transformation means we focus on our spiritual being more than on our physical being. We're focused more on what God wants than what the world wants. We're being led by the Spirit and not by our inclinations or our instincts. So how do we do that? How do we become transformed? Paul says, by the renewing of your mind. In order for our bodies to be living sacrifices, our minds have to be renewed. And the reason it has to be renewed is, you remember back in chapter 1 of Romans, and I'm sure you all do, because this was like 3-4 months ago. He said, furthermore, just as they did not think it worthwhile to retain the knowledge of God, so God gave them over to a depraved mind so that they do what they ought not to be done. Because we suppressed the truth and didn't pay attention to God, God gave us over to a depraved mind. Our mind is corrupt. And so we need to be renewed. Our minds have to be renewed to get over that depravity that our suppressing of the truth and not paying attention to God, not giving Him thanks, not thinking it worthwhile to retain the knowledge of Him caused in us. So how do we renew our minds? By the power of the Holy Spirit. You can't do it yourself. I know you think, man, there are things I need to do to go out and renew my mind, and there are some things you can do to help, but you can't do it. Came across this little tidbit from a guy named Rick Lawrence, who was writing to youth ministers. And so let me try to read this to you, and hopefully you can stick with me. He says, as I talk to youth pastors and listen to conferences, speakers, and read youth ministry books and resources, I hear this prevalent myth about discipleship and spiritual growth, and I don't like it. Here's the myth. You'll grow in your faith when you understand the Bible principles and apply them to your life. Now, we are to understand them so that we can apply them, but the growth, just because you know what it says, doesn't happen necessarily. Knowing the Bible, applying the Bible, and being transformed are not the same thing. So here's what he says. You grow in your faith when you understand the biblical principles and apply it to your life. That sounds innocuous enough, right? But my take is that this is a supra-rational, linear, I'm in control philosophy. And it's not only suspect as a strategy, it's really not all that biblical. First, the popular framework for discipleship implies that let me start over. First, this popular framework for discipleship implies that a mere understanding leads to transformation. That's not biblically true or experientially true. Satan understands the Bible enough to debate with Jesus, but he isn't transformed. Just because you know what the Bible says doesn't get you there. It's a start. You have to have that. But it's not the end. It's part of the process. Second, this unspoken formula is based on our ability to apply it to our life. So what does application look like? Is it anything like painting my house? He says applying to your life sounds like we can simply download our transformation. But the truth is, transformation happens when we draw near to God, because He is the only one that can change us. Jesus defined discipleship and growth in botanical terms. I am the vine, you are the branches. We are the dying branches in desperate need of attaching ourselves to a growing vine, and that vine is Jesus. Getting closer to Jesus, you'll find life, and the life will literally transform you. Reading about Jesus and getting close to Jesus are not the same thing. Get closer to Jesus and you'll find life, and that life will transform you, and your transformation will produce fruit. And that fruit will look a lot like the fruit of the Spirit. Love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. See, in this popular apply it to life version of discipleship, we're supposed to grab what fruit we can and duct tape it to our souls. But in the vine and the branches version, we produce fruit because of who we are attached to. The implication of all that is this. You can't learn enough to know enough to be transformed. You have to know the one that I was teaching you about. We had this discussion a little bit in Sunday school today. We've got to read the Bible so we know who God is. We have to read the Bible so we know who Jesus is. Remember what we talked about from the very beginning. Nobody's going to come to faith in Christ until they hear about Him. And they're not going to hear about Him unless somebody tells them. And nobody's going to tell them unless we're sent. You didn't come to faith magically out of the air. You came to faith because somebody told you about Jesus. So we have to read about Him. But it's not the reading about Him that causes the transformation. It's the abiding with Him. It's the attaching ourselves to Him. It's the becoming, okay, Christ, I'm all about You. What do You want? But if we get our minds renewed, transformation will happen. And when we're transformed, we'll know the will of God. So if you want to know the will of God, you've got to get close to Jesus. We've asked you to pray for God's will, and many times, all the time. We've asked you to pray for God's will in whether or not to merge our churches. We've asked you to pray for God's will in who to appoint as elders or deacons. We've asked you to pray for God's will in who to hire as a family life minister as we go through this process. We've asked you to pray for God's will in starting new ministries. We've asked you to pray for God's will in making renovations to the building. What is God's will in all this? I mean, we all have opinions, and we can all rationally think through this stuff. But we want to know what God's opinion is, because His is the only opinion that really matters. So when we ask you to pray, The reason we're asking you is because through prayer, through abiding with Jesus, it really is possible to know the will of God. We're not asking you to pray and then tell us what you think. We're asking you to pray and then tell us what God revealed to you in your time together. Being transformed by the renewing of our minds helps us discover God's revealed will. We read the Scripture to know what God already expects of us, but we can grow from that to another level. Let me try to explain it. In Deuteronomy 29:29, God gave Israel all the laws. And here's what he said to them. Or what Moses said, the secret things belong to the Lord our God. There are things we'll never understand that only God can take care of. But the things revealed, the things he's told us, belong to us and to our children forever, that we may follow all the words of the law. We don't know everything that God wants in all situations, but he's revealed his law to us, his will to us in the law, so that we can know this much. And we can obey him in this much. So God intends for us to know and to obey his good, pleasing, and perfect will. And a lot of that he's revealed to us in Scripture, and we have a thus saith the Lord, and so we know what to do. But there are other situations where we're not so sure. The Scripture doesn't say explicitly what to do in these situations. What is God's good, pleasing, and perfect will in these areas? Well, let's look first at things he has revealed, and then we'll ask you questions about things he hasn't revealed. Here's, for example, some things he has revealed in 1 Thessalonians 4:3. It is God's will that you should be sanctified, and that you should avoid sexual immorality. So what's God's will? What is God's good, pleasing, and perfect will? Well, we're to be sanctified, set apart. We're not to be like the world. We're not to conform to the world. We're sanctified. And we're supposed to avoid sexual immorality. We know those things are God's will because it's very explicitly stated in Scripture. Similarly, 1 Thessalonians 5:16. Rejoice always, pray continually, and give thanks in all circumstances, for this is God's will for you in Christ Jesus. So what's God's good, pleasing, and perfect will? That we rejoice always. That we pray continually. That we give thanks in all circumstances. We know that's God's will because it says so very explicitly in Scripture. So how do we know God's will in the everyday decisions that aren't specifically addressed in Scripture? What does the Bible say about what car I should buy? Where I should live? What does the Bible say about who I should date or marry? What does the Bible say about where I should work? The world has taught us to make decisions based on feelings. Whatever feels good to you, whatever seems rational to you at the moment, that's what you do. There's no standard of right and wrong, just what works or what feels right. That's what you should do. But our worldview is not like that. We have a standard of right and wrong, God's good, pleasing, and perfect will. There was a survey out recently of some mainline denominations that found that 32% believed that their faith had anything to do with their life outside the church. In other words, 68%, more than two-thirds of people, believed that their faith was for church and that it didn't make any difference the rest of the week. Does knowing God's good, pleasing, and perfect will make a difference at work? Does it make a difference in how I deal with the cashier at the store? Does it make a difference how I deal with my neighbor in the property line and his stupid dog that won't shut up at night? Does it have anything to do with who I should date, or what job I should take, and what house I should live in? How do we know God's will in the everyday decisions that aren't specifically addressed in Scripture? Well, as we offer ourselves as living sacrifices, as we live for God's glory, as we live our lives as an act of worship, and as we then allow ourselves to be transformed by the renewing of our minds through the power of the Holy Spirit, we develop what's called discernment. Discernment is the ability to determine right and wrong in situations that aren't explicitly covered in Scripture. For some, it's a spiritual gift. I believe that it's one of the gifts that God has given me. I believe that God's given me a gift to see right and wrong from way back before I knew everything. Even early on, I could tell right and wrong even from things I didn't know were biblical
Or if there was a concept for it, I could say, well, no, that's definitely right, and that's definitely right. I think that's a spiritual gift that I was given. Some of us get that way. Some of us develop it. As we submit ourselves to God and obey in the areas that we know from Scripture, and as we allow the Holy Spirit to teach us and guide us as we pray for things and ask first before we act, we develop this ability to discern right from wrong in situations that the Scripture does not directly address. In other words, our mind becomes renewed, so we're able to test and prove what God's will is. Discernment does not happen through logical processes. Discernment happens from surrendering our lives to Christ. As we obey God in things we know He says to do, we'll begin to figure out what to do in things that aren't very explicit. But if we disobey the things we know God tells us to do, if we're not rejoicing always, if we're not giving thanks in all circumstances, if we're not being sanctified, if we're not being sexually pure, then you can't expect to be able to determine right from wrong in the situations that the Scripture doesn't cover. So it's not a logical thing. It's not because, well, God just wants us to use common sense. No, He wants us to use the Holy Spirit. He wants us to use our renewed mind that transforms us. Common sense is okay, but it's common. It's not Spirit-led. It's not transformed. And so we have to hold ourselves to the standard. We need to connect with ourselves so well with Christ, with the vine, that He flows through us and through our thought process. And so then when we come up with a situation, don't know what to do, we can discern it, not because we can find out, thus saith the Lord in Scripture, but because we are so filled with the Spirit, our renewed mind, that we know the will of God is good, pleasing, perfect will. Now, if you don't believe me, let me read it again from Paul. Therefore, I urge you, brothers and sisters, in view of God's mercy, offer your bodies as living sacrifice, holy and pleasing to God. I mean, this is your true and proper worship. So do not conform to the pattern of this world. Be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Because then, you will be able to test and approve what God's will is. It's good, pleasing, perfect. Let's pray for that. God, we recognize that the world throws out so many ideas, and that for us, we want to fit in. We have so many peers. We have people we work with, people we go to school with, people we live with, that try to influence us in very worldly ways. To do things that the world thinks is cool or popular. To do things that the world says will get us ahead and make us successful. And we recognize, Father, that in so many of these situations, we're doing things that are contrary to your will. And so I pray that we are praying for your will on a more regular basis. That we're not trying to think logically from the world's perspective, but rather we're allowing you to transform our minds, our lives through the renewing of our minds. That instead we surrender our thinking to your thinking. That before we make a decision, we pray and we ask you to lead. And Father, if you've already explicitly stated something in Scripture that we can latch onto, would you help us to find that verse or that passage and to read it and understand it, what your will is? And then would you help us to obey that, so that when other situations come around that the Scripture doesn't address specifically, we can still discern right from wrong. But we recognize our disobedience takes away our ability to discern right from wrong, that our disobedience hardens our hearts, and we're doing things that we shouldn't be doing. We're making decisions we shouldn't be making. Would you forgive us? And would you allow us today to be transformed by the renewing of our mind, that we will no longer conform to the pattern of this world. Father, we offer you our bodies as living sacrifices. Would you live through us, to use us to do whatever you need us to do? And would you help us to surrender our thoughts and our actions to your leadership? We've proclaimed already Jesus is Lord. Help us to live it out, Father. Jesus is not just an idea or a suggestion, but as Lord, He's our Master. So we take our orders from you. Tell us what to do. Pray in Christ's name.